Hey, you guys, Torpidolon, the most targeted citizen. Getting gang stalked by them all today. All of them today. I just recorded a video of the plane going by, and then I went to clean my screen, and then that turned it off. And as soon as I got through cleaning my screen and turning it off, then the fire truck started, like I told you. Big fire truck come around the block, come all the way around here, and then 2 minutes later, the ambulance up and all the way around here, and now we just heard, and that's, of course, with the sirens on. And then it comes all the way up through here, turns the sirens off right over here, and then comes all the way back up around the block. How many false calls do they really get at the fire department? How many fake calls do they really get? I've shown you guys about the apartment complexes right through there. When I used my electromagnetic wave meter, the frequency meter, I showed you that the frequencies, the direct energy frequencies were coming from right over there. That's the same apartment complex I showed you, that all the cars in the parking lot are burgundy and white. Every one of them in that parking lot is burgundy and white. And we're talking like 8 cars between 2 or 3 apartments. Yeah, that's real life. That's really real life. Let's hope this doesn't fall down in there. I'm trying, what I'm doing today is killing all the rust. Trying to kill all the rust on my rails, because I don't want my houseboat melting. So I'm using this stuff. It's supposed to kill rust. It's supposed to kill rust. It sure kills the hand. I guess this is the one I bought. That's over in Drexel, I think it was. That was sitting on the ground. The one I disassembled myself. Try to get it up in there a little higher. I put this on my truck, and it ate the paint around my the metal that goes around the windshield that holds in the headliner, and it ate through the paint, so I don't really want to get it on my siding here. What I'm trying to do is kill all the rust that I can, and I will be $4.15 in all this, which is extremely expensive, because that $4.15 is 46 bucks for a little bitty paint, and that sucks to have to pay that bill. I've already bought 2 pints the past week, and it ain't gonna be any cheaper. A lot of this has got some really crappy welds, so I'm gonna have to take some of these and beat them back into shape and weld them again. This is galvanized, but let me kind of show you what's happening here. This stuff activates in 30 minutes. As you can see, the dark color that is turning, where it's actually chemically reacting with the rust to kill it, and then it's supposed to seal it. After it kills it, it will kill. That's Mason's favorite guy on History Channel. Ain't that right, boy? It will kill the rust. Of course, you see where the nails, where the rebar went down into them. So what we're doing right now is killing the rust, because we don't want water damage to our house frame. That's a frame for our home, so we don't want that to have any kind of rust damage, because this is pretty much the foundation of my home. What we're going to do, what I need to do probably today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, is I need to probably go to the steel, buy a sheet of steel, because I'm going to weld tabs, like 3-inch tabs along here, probably 2 in between. These are 5-foot lengths, every one. So probably a tab here, and a tab here, and a tab here, and a tab here. That's why I want to connect it to the side of the boat. So if I stand this up right here on this pontoon, stand it up straight, then it'll have tabs welded. It'll be bolted here with lag bolts, and it'll be welded to this. So we'll go in from the side, and we'll go have some going in through the top. I initially was just going to do the top. Well, I wasn't initially, but thought about just do it like they do when you build them at your home. They just run along like a 2-foot piece of rebar straight down through the ground or through the foundation. In these holes like this and like that, but that's just not gonna, there's nothing to hold it really when I put it on a houseboat. There's nothing that's holding against it that I need, nothing strong enough that I want to trust, because I'm not worried about it sinking. I just don't want it to flop over. That's the biggest concern, is it flopping, tipping over, and then it will sink. So we're going to do all we can to prevent that. So you hear the siren again. Hear it? It did come all the way up the road. This here, come through here wide open with a siren. And then when it gets through, it comes back up and around. So, hear it? All for me. If you're a targeted individual and you're viewing this video, please leave your comments about horns, sirens, planes, etc. See? All the way over there and comes back down the other street. It's total harassment. Noise harassment is what that's called. And remember I told you guys about the guy that gang stalked us yesterday when we were buying that welding cart? Or Saturday. Wasted our whole entire day Saturday waiting on him with the welding cart. And he told me about more directed speech. Hey, I've got this oxygen tank. It's this tall. And I've been talking about needing one. Well, ever since we met, now he won't call me back about buying his oxygen tank. So it's just to punk me, to keep me from getting done what I needed to get done for my projects, to get my houseboat on the water. So the plan today is, as you see, I'm killing all the rust on all these. I've got this all moistened down with rust killer. God, I hate spending this money, but I really need to. I have to waterproof my boat. Anywhere that wood and metal meet, water can get in between them and ruin them. Just like if you mix two different kind of metals together, they can have an adverse chemical reaction over time once you add a chemical composition like rust into the picture. So I wasn't a fan of this gel stuff to start with, but I don't mind it so much now. It's not as good as the first stuff that I used on my Bronco to do the floorboard. It's not as good as that was, but it doesn't splash everywhere, so I guess the gel, that's a pretty good idea. Tina brought me some Clorox the other day to put in any standing water that I have to kill the mosquitoes. And now they have a gel Clorox. The bleach, it's the less splash formula. I don't know, that just always coming up with something new. I'm not too fond of that in my bleach. But it does keep you from bleaching your clothes out. That's one positive part of it. So, and when you use this stuff, use caution, because it will chemically burn you. But you can see the difference it makes. And I'm telling you, once you let it sit for 30 minutes, just like it says, especially in its straight form without rubbing anything on it, it does a really good job. I got a set of performance rods over here out of one of my drag racing. I had any Volkswagen I ever built, I always built a hot rod motor for it. So I had a drag motor in one of my Volkswagens that had a set of CB Performance, which is pretty much the best rod you can buy for a Volkswagen. And I used them. I used this rust killer on them. And I mean, they were bad, weren't they, Mason? The rust was terrible. But you can see how they turned out. They turned out great. Got all the rust off those. These rods are not cheap. Like I said, this is high performance Volkswagen stuff, because ain't nothing funnier than driving up beside a Corvette or a Mustang or a Camaro and a Volkswagen, a raggedy Volkswagen, and their girlfriend's laughing at you at a stoplight, and then when you take off doing a wheelie and you pass them at the next stoplight, watching that same girlfriend laugh at their boyfriend for not getting the job done. Now on my Volkswagen trike I built a 2110cc. That thing had close to 200 horsepower, and I mean, it was awesome. It had two dual 48 Webers on it. I mean, it was... I had a carbide wheel on the back of it for a wheelie bar, and I take off and literally ride the back wheels every gear, shift it, bring it down, bring it back up. I can do a wheelie from 90 to 110 miles an hour. Ain't no stinking Honda gonna pull that off at all. All right, buddy, you about got that one over there done? So now we're pulling out all these. I'm gonna have to get this one up out of the mud, because if not, it's gonna start rusting too. That's going to be farther down the road. I'll have to have some backup for that one. Can you find it? And it's inside of here. So he's taking the screws out so we can pull this out. More sirens if you can hear them. See? Do what? Let me have that and I'll carry it out of here. You hear all the sirens going on? More noise. noise harassment. Not a siren one until I walked outside. Just like with the planes. Not a siren one until I walked outside. Now, am I saying that there ain't nothing going on? That there's no emergency? Well, maybe there is. Maybe there's not. And it's hot in there, ain't it, buddy? Here, I'll take it. Go ahead and grab the other ones. That's why I try to stay out of that building, because it's like a microwave oven in there. But yeah, we're moving forward today. We're getting stuff done. It is hot. It is supposed to be 100. It said feels like it's supposed to be 105 degrees today. We got all these extra beams that we will be using. I'll be using these when I put my windows in my home, because these are going to be around. These will be the window frames. These will be made out of the window frames, and everything in the sides will be metal. You ready to pull that pipe out? We'll have to go one way or the other, either up or down the hill. Anyway, guys, I got to use both hands. I'm Stuart Pidlone, the Most Targeted Citizen. Like, share, and subscribe. Please go to the Most Targeted Citizen channel as well. Get on it, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button, please. I need to get these channels up. If you guys can help me get to 1,000 subscribers, everybody in the world is trying to shut it down. But please, if it's nothing more than laughing at me daily, reward the entertainment. Just hit that thumbs up button. If I can get to 1,000, maybe then, just maybe, YouTube will help share my videos, and it can help put food on the table for my family. Because in these desperate times, we need all the help we can get. I'm Stuart Pidlone, the Most Targeted Citizen. That's Jethro. Hot and sweaty, working hard for you. God bless. Pray for me, pray for my family, pray for your purpose. Always pray in Jesus' name. Have a blessed day.